Now, the birth of Jesus Christ took place in this way. When his mother Mary had been betrothed to Joseph, before they came together, she was found to be with child from the Holy Spirit. And her husband Joseph, being a just man and unwilling to put her to shame, resolved to divorce her quietly. But as he considered these things, behold, an angel of the Lord appeared to him in a dream, saying, Joseph, son of David, do not fear to take Mary as your wife, for that which is conceived in her is from the Holy Spirit. She will bear a son, and you shall call his name Jesus, for he will save his people from their sins. All this took place to fulfill what the Lord had spoken by the prophet. Behold, the virgin shall conceive and bear a son, and they shall call his name Emmanuel, which means God with us. When Joseph woke from sleep, he did as the angel of the Lord commanded him. He took his wife, but knew her not until she had given birth to a son, and he called his name Jesus. Hello there, everyone. Welcome to the World of Moments podcast. And today I just want to give sort of like a Christmas message, end of year message to you all. I hope you all have a really peaceful, great Christmas, hopefully with your loved ones, and a prosperous new year when it comes to it. Um, yeah, some might say, "Oh, don't sound too cheerful about it, would you?" Yeah, am I too cheerful? Like it doesn't seem like Christmas this year. Even though I have tried my best to make it feel like Christmas, I hope you enjoyed my silly random questions with friends and stuff. But so are the I don't know. So are the times that one cannot detach oneself completely from the mood of the times. And even though like it might be a better Christmas for American friends, obviously they have prosperous explorations to look forward to from next year onwards. We here in Britain are in the dumps, and it seems a bit bleak, but perhaps this is a time where we can detach ourselves from the bleakness, from the constant cycle of news and views and even podcast, whatever. We can just take a step back and take stock of what's important in life. Reconnect with family if possible, and try to recharge our batteries in a way. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm going off to Poland for 10 days to be with my family who lives there, my wife's family. And I'm just looking to recharge myself and see what I want to do in the future and how I want to approach things. Do I need to do anything differently? Most probably, most likely, I do want to do things a bit more differently than I did this year. I want to have a think about this segment of reflections and reactions. I've had amazing conversations with a lot of amazing people, and it has been extremely good to connect with those people. But I'm also thinking, do I need to separate that from the podcast itself? Do I want to focus more on exploration itself, on discovery, something that I love doing, like history and mythology, more than conversations that are very much politically motivated or politically based and stuff like that, or socially and politically motivated, I guess. um yeah, and maybe I end up thinking, well, no, like people enjoy them, or people get some value out of them rather than enjoy them, so I'll keep on doing it. But it's something that I need to think about. Maybe I separate that as a as some other podcast under a different brand, or like collaborate with someone else to produce that as a separate brand. So Yeah, it's things that like that I need to think about as well. I'm also working on writing my book about the ills of Islam. So, the problematic issues within there, why it makes it incompatible with the Western ideology in its current state. So I'm doing a lot of research on that score as well. So yeah, that's something as well I need to take time to research, and just think about the angles that I want to take, sort of thing. But yeah, that's my thinking around the podcast itself. I think so, it has been a good year. A lot of people have enjoyed the podcast, and I'm very very grateful to everyone who watches it. Even if only 10 people watch my videos, I'm grateful to those 10 people, and I want them to know that I really appreciate it. I'm just doing it mainly for myself anyways, so it is good to know that while I'm enjoying myself, that there's some other people as well who are getting some value out of my enjoyment. So that's positive. But overall, like, I think so, the message itself, apart from taking stock, which sort of what I've done right now, um the overall message that I want to give people is that of taking a step back, right? So sometimes when you are so much in the fray, like when you're in the middle of it, when there's punches and kicks coming from all sides, you can't think straight. You're not expected to think straight. And once you're trapped in that mode, there are things that you can do, things that you can say that can make things even worse in the long term. And you might do and say things out of character as well. And if you do them long enough, you might get stuck in that character, right? So that's why I think so it's important to take a step back and sort of like really, really think to yourself, what kind of nation do you want to live in? What kind of person do you want to be? Um, you know, um, how do you think things are going to pan out? What is the best course of action for you personally and for your society? And then think about what steps you can take, what grown up steps you can take to achieve those things. So, yeah, that is my overall message over Christmas. Take a step back, shed away your over feelings of resentment and hate, and towards any group or whatever, and just really, self reflect on what's more important in your life, and how you want to be in the future, and plan out, right? So yeah, that was it. Have a really good Christmas and have an amazing new year, and I'll catch you on the flip side.